Tonight we have on test the brand new MG HS 2025 model, and in this video we will drive it in the nighttime and we will see what is the ambient when we drive in the nighttime, plus we will see the headlamps, how good they are in the nighttime on dark street, in the city, on the highway, and so on. In this video I won't give you too many information about the car because I already have separate video on my channel. If you want to see the test drive, the proper test drive, I have a separate video. If you want to see the full review, I have a separate video. Definitely check out those videos. Plus I have another video where I explain you and I show you the lights, interior, exterior lights, so there I talk a little bit more about that. By the way, if you are in Bucharest, in Romania, if you want to see the car, test drive the car, buy the car, definitely check out Rădăcini MG. I will leave the link in the description. They will help you with everything, so definitely check them out. Now let's go inside because it's kind of raining outside today. The interior of the car, because we have the top of the range version, it comes with this beautiful beige interior in leather. This is vegan leather. It looks fantastic, the interior, even though the car doesn't come with, let me go inside, let me put it on auto. Even though the car doesn't come with ambient light, I think the interior looks just fantastic. The fact that we have this beige interior make up for the fact that the car doesn't come with ambient light. Let me start the engine. Here is the start stop engine button. This is the way it looks. It comes with electric adjustable seats, of course, on this top of the range version at least. And up here we have some LED light which we can turn off in a second, but first I want to give you some infos before we start. Let me put the seat belt. I really like the screens. I have to tell you, the screens are positioned perfect, and the fact that you can also dim down the screen brightness from here, you can dim down both of the screens in the same time, but you can do this also individual if you go into the menu, and I will show you how we do that in a second. So first of all, let me put it on the half. I think here it's make a lot of sense, but if you want to do individual, you have to go to the settings. Let me show you. Go here to the settings, and then here you go all the way up, and you have here instrument panel, so you can make it brighter or you can dim it down, or you can play with this multimedia. So you can do it individual or you can do both together. You can also link the brightness to the light, or you can choose from here to have it dark, light, or you can put it on auto. So I really recommend you to drive in the dark mode in the nighttime because it's much more pleasant and doesn't bother you to your eyes. And the fact that I'm allowed to leave all the way down the brightness of the both screen, it's fantastic, because in this way in the nighttime you can have a much pleasant driving experience, at least at long trips or on some areas where it's not so much light. So I think this is perfect to dim it all the way down, but right now for this trip I will leave it a little bit higher. Also the navigation is here. You have also navigation on the screen, more explanation about the screen, multimedia, all this stuff. I have separate videos. This is the low beam right now, and this is the high beam. It comes with adaptive automatic high beam, low beam, so the car will choose automatically. We will use this as well, so all you have to do is just turn it from here, just like that, auto light active, and the car will basically adjust itself. Let's drive it, guys. Put it in drive from here and let's drive it. Also the cool part is that when you are in drive mode and you turn the signal left or right, check this out, you can see the left or right camera, the same as on Tesla, the same as on Kia and Hyundai. Now MG come with this cool feature that shows you the side camera, because there are cameras under the mirrors. It will show you the left and right camera super wide, and the good part, the extra good part, is the fact that it shows you also in the back of the car and also in the front of the car, so you see the whole length of the side of the car, which is extremely useful in many situations. This is the way it looks, the high beam, when you activate it. Also it's pretty dark and pretty rainy around here. Not right now, it's stopped for a while, so that's a good thing, but I hope it won't start again. but I'm still going to go on some darker streets because I want to show you. Let's go left here and let me show you guys the way it looks on the darker street, so you can see a little bit better how the lights look like. Also, I want to turn off this light up here because you can see a little bit better in a completely dark. So I saw some people complain about the fact that the car don't come with an ambient light, but from my point of view I think it's great, because in the nighttime you don't want to see that ambient light. Yes, it's nice, it's fancy sometimes, but most of the time you don't want it. Most of the time you want to have completely dark inside the cabin so you can see outside a little bit better. So you can see right now when you activate the high beam, look at this on this dark street. This is the low beam. It's pretty good, it's pretty visible. And down here, I forget to tell you, you have a wheel down here, and from this wheel you can leave it down. Look at this. Right now I put it down, and right now I go all the way up, so you can see it move all the way up, all the way down, and all the way up. And right now when you put it all the way up, you see everything on this street. It's really good. And this is the high beam. This is the low beam, high beam, low beam, high beam. And I like the fact that it's the same light, the same white bright light, which is very, very useful, extremely useful. It's not crazy powerful or incredible powerful when you turn on the high beam, but it's more than enough for most of the situations. So yeah, in general I like it. And also the light goes on the side a little bit. It's pretty good. Can't say it's the best on the market, but it's good. It's good. It's over the average for sure, and that's really important. Now let's go right here and go out from those streets. Not so funny driving around here, but we will go on the main street and we will go in the city. There it's a little bit more light, so but it's good that we get here because you can see a little bit better the way it looks with those lights. Let's go slowly around here. Now the car comes with a 1.5 liter TGDI petrol engine, 4 cylinders inline, 170 horsepower, 275 Newton meters. From my point of view, it's more than enough for every kind of situation, also on the highway, also in the city. Also, it comes with a new automatic transmission. You can get the car with a manual transmission, or you can get it with an automatic transmission, 7-speed DCT. It's a wet double clutch transmission. It's a new double clutch transmission because on the previous version it came with a dry double clutch transmission, and now they improve it. It's much more smoother, and it's also much faster. I feel like the car it's much more refined. It feels more premium. Another thing that they improve is the sound insulation. Even though the windows are not double glass, they are a little bit thicker. That help the sound insulation, and you will see on the highway in the test drive video. Definitely check it out. You will see how good it is, because I was impressed on the test drive to see that the car it's really good. It grow a lot. MG I think will be a great competitor in the next years. I think it comes really strong from the back, and will be a big brand for sure in the next years if it hold it like that, and it's continuing to grow and do good things and improve and research. Yeah, will be really interesting. Anyway, it has also some fantastic electric cars like MG4, and I think in the future will be interesting to see how the car industry will look like. But I'm betting on MG for sure, because they really do great jobs. Now you have also the option, if you go to the car menu, to change the comfort of the steering to comfort, normal, or sport. You can make it a little bit stiffer if you want to. You have this choice, and also from here you can activate and set up the cruise control, the speed limit warning, and all that safety features. You have it here. Also the instrument cluster, you can play with it and you can customize in many ways. Right now I have the map. This is my favorite view, with the map in the middle and also some information on the left and right side. We can also reset the consumption. Right now I reset it to see in the end what kind of numbers we can get. We can activate also the autopilot around here, and the car will basically stay between the lanes, brake, accelerate, just like that. And right now you can see the car is doing the job for me. On this top of the range version it comes, and also with automatic transmission, it comes with adaptive cruise control and also autopilot, and it's level 2 autopilot. It's pretty good. You can also see how the car stays between the lanes. It's accelerate, it's braking, it's keeping the distance between the car in front. It comes with a lot of safety features, and that's pretty important for me, at least these days, to have a lot of safety feature on the car. It's great. Also 360 degrees camera, as you saw before, was also fantastic. The only difference between this car and Tesla or Hyundai or Kia, for example, when it comes to this camera, when you're turning the signal, is the fact that when you have a higher speed it won't work. So it's working only when you have like under 20 km/h, but when you drive a little bit faster it won't show you the side camera, which is sad somehow, because I wish to see that camera all the time. I think they can do this through a software update, to be able. You can see the blind spot technology there. You can see right now, activate again the autopilot, the car will stay between the lanes, accelerate, brake, keep between the lanes. Look at this, and it's doing a great job. Even though outside it's quite rainy, it's quite wet on the road, I think the radar, the cameras, it's still doing a great job. And it warns you from time to time to put your hands on the steering wheel. Up here we have a sensor. I think you can see it in the corner here, the sensor that reads your face, your eyes. If you're tired, it will warn you and it will tell you to take a break or something like that. So again, another safety feature to the car. It's a welcome safety feature to the car. Yeah, more about that, definitely check out the test drive video, because there I talk a little bit more about it. To be honest, I really like this new automatic transmission. I think it's much better than the previous one. I think it's much more smoother than before. And also it's much more silent inside. The car comes also with independent type McPherson suspension on the front and multi-link independent on the rear, and it's doing great over the bumps. It's doing fantastic. Over small to medium bumps is doing fantastic. Big bumps you feel a little bit stiffer, but small to medium is doing fantastic. I like the fact that you have this choice when it comes to steering wheel power, because in the city it's extremely useful to have it on comfort like I have it right now. It's so easy to go around the car, but when you go on the highway at high speed, will be much more useful if you can use it on sport mode, because it's much more stiffer. I have to wait for the ambulance to pass. Maybe they are in a rush, so it's important to give priority. But I like the way they improve the gear shifter, and from what I understand, they improved the gear shifter to the low speeds to be much more smooth and exact. So the setup is different. Of the engine as well, even though it's using the same engine, it's different setup, and also in combination with this gear shifter, I think it's really good. Of course, from what I saw and what I test, when you're driving normal, you know, like just I'm like a normal person, like not aggressive. But if you try to drive aggressive, then you have a little bit of delay when you press the acceleration, and when you try to push it, it's kind of normal for those kind of thermal combustion engines. But when you drive normal, man, it's so good, it's so smooth, it's fantastic. The car comes also with 19-inch wheels, standard on all version. This is really good because you don't have to worry about paying for the extra wheels and stuff like that, and that's great. Another thing, it's the fact that the only thing that you have to pay is for the color. So if you want other than white, because white is free, you have to pay around 700 euro. Now it starts raining. It's not so fun for us because I want to finish my driving without rain. That will be so useful, but if we don't have other choice, it's also fine. The wipers seems to work pretty silent and good. You can see over those bumps. Yeah, this was a big bump. Over the big bump you feel a little bit stiffer, but small to medium bumps and holes, it's good. It's really good. Again, this is the high beam, low beam, and on the high beam you can read the traffic signs pretty good, pretty clear. Brakes and pedal feel great as well, pretty good quality. And again, turning circle, it's also pretty good. You can turn the car in small spaces, and it feels like the previous version, even though it's bigger than the previous version. Is longer, the wheelbase is bigger. I feel like the turning circle, it's kind of the same good as before. I mean, you can turn the car in small spaces without any problem, pretty easy. Car, it's also bigger in the trunk than the previous version. It has 44 liters, and if you fold down the seats completely, it has 200 liters more than the previous version. I feel like it's more refined, it's more pleasant to drive than the previous version. It's more modern. It's lovely. It's lovely. Probably until now, until what I drive and what I review from MG, I think this is my favorite MG car until today. It's definitely a super nice car. This one and MG3 was also really good and interesting, and even MG4 as an electric car. But yeah, definitely if I have to choose one, I will definitely choose this one. I think the size is perfect for all arounder. I think the engine is perfect because yeah, if you want a pure petrol engine, it's perfect. Of course, soon will come with a plug-in hybrid version, which I can't wait to see. I think will be really interesting for many people. I'm really can't wait to test out that. But will be also interesting to see a mild hybrid or a full hybrid also on this HS. That would be also really cool. But as a pure engine, pure petrol engine, I think it's really good. I think it's really good setup for the size, for the weight of the car. It's really well balanced. Comfort on the seats is fantastic. I didn't say anything about those seats, but I tell you, those seats are one of my favorite seats out there. They are so soft and nice. They are so plushy. It feels like you're staying on a sofa on a leather, but it's not hard as leather. It's softer. It has much pleasant feeling when you touch it. It's really pleasant to touch it. I like it. I definitely like the seats a lot. Now the raining, it's coming and going, but it's good that we don't have a constant hard raining. That will be really bad. You hear the way it's changing the gears. So nice, so pleasant. Now let's park it here. I want to show you also the rear cameras. So you're gonna reverse just like that. Let me turn on also the one light, and you can see the 360 degrees camera. You can see the bird eye view on the left side, but in the same time you can see also the lanes, the active lanes, which help you guide you park the car. And it's so easy. It's so easy to park it, and even in the night time I see that you have a pretty good view. And also what I like, and some of my favorite feature on the car, it's when you go in the back, guys. I want to show you that you have those sensors, and these wave sensors, the same as on BMW. And not only that, but it shows you also how much distance you have to the object. So you can see right here in centimeters. It's really cool, right? And put it in park, and that's it. Plus I want to show you the camera, 360 degrees camera. You can see around in the night time it has a little bit of noise. Look at this. You can see the whole length of the car from the front to the back. How useful is that? So you can see the lane on the side, you can see the other car in the front, in the back. So it's so useful when you drive it and when you park it in small spaces like that. Consumption, we have 7 liters, guys, 7.5 kilometers. Yeah, it's pretty good. Also good condition. So yeah, not that bad. That was all, guys. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you get some useful information from this video. If you want to see the test drive, if you want to see the full review, definitely check out the other videos. I hope you get some useful information from here. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. That will help me a lot. If you want to see the car, test drive the car, buy the car, if you're in Romania and Bucharest, definitely check out Brother Chin group. I will leave the link in the description, also on the screen. They are super nice. They will help you with everything, so definitely check them out. That was the video. Thank you for watching. Stay safe and see you soon in the next one. Bye, guys.